Good morning. It's just 3 degrees at the moment, however it did go much colder last night. There is ice around the edges on some of the pegs here. I'm back at a venue that I've only ever fished once before. I had a great day here before, caught loads of roach, fished with maggots, caught a couple of bream as well. This is Hackett Lakes. It's literally a stone's throw away from the world famous home pier point. It is classed as a commercial fishery. It's a mixed fishery. There are carp in here. Last time I was here I caught loads of small roach and a couple of bream fishing with maggots. However, today I'm going to fish for some bigger fish. I'm going to fish with a method feeder. I've already soaked up some feed pellets. I've never used these feed pellets before, so it's going to be a great opportunity to use those. I'm on a little bit of a point here as well. It's flat calm, it is very cold, and it's starting to rain as well. But from what I hear, if I do hook anything on the method feeder today, the chances are it's going to be a good sized fish. Well, the rain is here now. I'm all set up. I've just got one rod set up. It's an 11-foot rod. What I'm going to do is, I wouldn't normally do this at this time of year, but I don't know the venue, you know, so I'm just going to get a bomb on and just have a cast out, just to get an idea of what sort of range to fish. I've been told that if I go really long, there's a chance of some carp. That's how some carp were caught yesterday. However, I've also been told by the bailiff that if I go to about 30 metres, I've got a chance of catching bream as well. So I'm just going to see if there's any difference in depths. Just put a bomb on and just see what it's like, and then I'll make my mind up where I'm going to start. I don't know about it being a white Christmas, but it looks like it's going to be a wet Christmas. I've got the stopwatch ready, 30-gram bomb. Just going to get out there. It's about 30 metres. Find out how deep or what depth we've got there, or what count we've got. 4.6 seconds there. So I'll just reset that. I'll go a little bit further now, just find out what sort of depth we've got, just to see if there is any difference by going further out. So we've got 4.6 there. It is brightening up a little bit. Hopefully that rain's going to stop. I've got to about 40 metres now. Might be a little bit further, that, to be fair. Exactly the same. So it's the same depth even by going further out. So I think I'm going to start at about 30 metres. And then I can obviously work my way out from there, go left, go right, in case we've got to go searching. Well, I started at 30 metres-ish. I'm not clipped up. This has been out there now, it's been out there for just over 8 minutes. I've just got a 6mm yellow bandom on, just with these pellets. I haven't used these before. These are the chocolate orange. I didn't realise they were two different colours, to be fair. So just those in the feeder, 30-gram open style method feeder. I'll show you the setup and everything in a little while, but I'm tied up to the feeder a little bit tighter than normal, and that's just because I'd like to see any sort of liners. You know, if there are any fish milling about between my feeder and here, then obviously having a slightly tighter line than normal instead of just slack lining it. Might just highlight a few fish moving, you know, if there are moving about, just to give me a bit of confidence. But at the moment it hasn't moved, so I'm going to give this, you know, 15 minutes. I mean, that's not, you know, uncommon at this time of year. I'll give it 15 minutes. If I don't get anything there, I'll go slightly to one side. I'll probably go one to the left or maybe one to the right, and then I can obviously work my way out and just go looking for fish that way. But thankfully the rain has stopped. It is starting to brighten up a little bit, so hopefully that's gone for the day. Well, I've had 3 casts now. I had one straight in front of me at 30 metres, I had one to the left and then one to the right at that same range. I haven't had a single indication, not a line bite, nothing. So what I'm going to do now is just keep everything the same, except I'm going to go out to 40 metres now, further out into that open water. Keep everything the same, you know, I'm just fishing a 30-gram open style method feeder. But like I say, I'm just going to go further out now. These pellets are quite nice, they smell beautiful, but they haven't caught me any fish yet. So I'm going to keep everything the same. The only thing I'm changing is the actual range that I'm going to fish. So I'm just going to guesstimate now, about 40 metres. We know it's the same depth out there. So the only thing that's different is obviously the range, just going that little bit further out. We know what it's like this time of year. That could be the place where fish back off to. So I'm just going to repeat that again. But this time I'm going to give it a 20-minute cast this time. But we often expect slow starts at this time of year, don't we? Especially when it was down to freezing last night. There aren't any other anglers within sight today. There's an angler right the way up there, but I'm not sure if he's caught. And the water's painfully clear. But that's what happens this time of year. Well, that's been out there 20 minutes on that 40-metre line. And whilst I still haven't caught on it, I did get a couple of little indications. So that's showing that there's one or two fish moving around out there. Obviously they could have been anything. But what I am going to do is just go a little bit further again now. We've got about 45-50 metres. But I am going to scale the feeder down now because I'm being quite mobile. I don't want to spread too many pellets everywhere. So all I'm going to do is scale this feeder down by simply removing that. Just popping on a smaller feeder. This one's 25 gram, but as you can see it's much smaller. See the difference in size there. We'll just slide that on there. So that's going to be much more discreet, you know, when it goes in. It's going to go in with a softer plop or a smaller plop, and it's obviously putting less feed out there as well. So you can see the capacity of this feeder, how different it is from the one we've just taken off. There we go. So let's get out there to about 45 metres, something like that. Staying on the same line or the same direction. There we go. We'll give that another 20 minutes. 20-minute cast, see if we get any indications out there. Just started to move a little bit further out now, so what I'm going to do is, I'm obviously not clipped up, I'm going to go out into the middle of the lake and swing round to my right as well. Where I am to the right, there's more open water there. Last time I was here I got asked a few questions about the venue. This is a day ticket venue. There are two lakes here behind me. The one that I'm fishing is the bigger of the two, and the other one is over to the right from where I'm fishing. That's a smaller lake full of silverfish. It's a really nice mixed fishery, you know, but you could pot behind your peg. Access is absolutely fantastic, and I think through winter it's about £6 a day. I think it might be a little bit more during the summer months, but it is a day ticket. But there is a website, I'll put the link below for you. So I'm going to start searching the swim now. I'm going to have to dig deep now. I don't even know if we're going to catch, but I'm going to go out further out into that open water. Just be really mobile, really patient, and just see if we can find a pocket of fish. Go on. That's got to be on. That's got to be on. Let's have it. Yes! Finally! It's been 2 hours. Look how long this has been in. Just over 30 minutes. Finally, I've had a couple of little indications. Line bites, I suspect, but obviously the trouble is with that, you never really know where the fish are, you know, where the fish is. It's obviously somewhere between the feeder and your tip. So I was about to consider dropping it a little bit shorter on that same line, obviously, that I've just been on, but dropping it shorter. And I'm glad I didn't now. This doesn't feel like a carp, but they can be deceiving at this time of year. Could be a bream, I think, this one. The rain's come back. It's a very grey, miserable day today. It's barely above freezing as well, so I was beginning to wonder if we were even going to get a chance today. It's a bream. Everything's welcome today. It's just on that 6mm. Yes, we've got one. Well, we finally got one. There we go. Brilliant. We've avoided the blank. Oh, it's freezing cold, as you can imagine. Just nailed that yellow bandem. Look at that beauty. Very welcome. And that's avoided the blank, but there we go, very welcome. Beautiful fish. We're off the mark. Let's see if there's some more out there. One or two indications there now. That's definitely an area or a pocket of fish there. Obviously we've had a few indications there, but I didn't really get any indications anywhere else in the swim. But that bit there it's really right in the middle of all the open water, just slightly round to the right. There aren't any anglers round to my right, so it's obviously a much quieter area. Don't think that's a hook up, it's just fish milling around. Like I said, they could be anywhere between the feeder and the tip, but I'm sure we're going to get another one. This one's been out there up to now, it's been out there 13 minutes, but the last only fish we've had came on 30, so obviously got to be patient. It's telling us that there's fish out there. It's not getting any warmer. Oh dear. That's got to be on, surely. Let's have him. Yes, we've hooked it. That wasn't a liner. Brilliant. This one seems to be holding its, well, it might be another bream, this one. Not been out as long, this one. This has been out there 19 minutes. Not exactly a quick bite, but quicker than the last one. Had loads of indications that cast, just from fish milling around. Apologies for the lack of sunshine and brightness today. It's a very grey day today, but it is only 2 days to Christmas, so see that's hinting as though it could have been a carp, but that's what's nice about fishing venues you don't know. You don't quite know what to expect. If I do hook any carp, because I'm casting round to the right, I obviously don't want any fish kiting round this corner. There's one thing, we should see the fish quite early on out there, with this water being so painfully clear. I don't know if there are smaller carp in here, smaller, you know, stocky carp or anything. I really don't know. I've got a size 12 hook on for those that are interested. Yeah, this can't be a bream, this one. Size 12 hook, 0.15 hook length, which breaks at about £5. So I am scaled down a little bit from where I would normally fish in summer. Size 12 hooks just looks about right with that 6mm bandem. Yellow wafter. Yeah, I think it's safe to say this is not a bream. Really struggling to keep the cameras on today. I do apologise. It's gone that cold that when it's cold like this with these cameras, just drains the battery really quickly. It's a bit of a nuisance, to be fair. So come on, mate, fighting a bit harder than what you were when I first hooked you. Yes, brilliant. It's even more rewarding when the fishing's harder, isn't it? You've got to work for your fish or just be patient. Anyway, he's in a fantastic condition. Look at that one. Just hooked in the middle of the bottom lip, as you can see. In a lovely condition fish, that one, isn't he? In a lovely condition, that one. Beautiful. Freezing cold, as you can imagine. Really cold, but he's in cracking condition. How about that for a liner? Look at that. That's really hung up on it. definitely giving themselves away on that line. I don't think that's hooked up now. Look like a liner, that to me, a big liner. That's dropped back. Is it on? I think it is. I just turned away then. It is. I just turned away and I looked back and the tip was just slack and swam towards me. Well, that's been out there 25 minutes. I'm not getting anywhere near as many indications as I was, suggesting that the fish had possibly just moved out of the area. I thought this might have been another bream, but as you can see it's going around to the left, so that would suggest it's another carp. I think it is. It might be a different, is it a mirror? Let's have a look. You see him in that clear water. Yeah, another carp. Yes, get in. Brilliant. Lovely fish, that one. Let's hold them up for you. Freezing cold, as you can imagine. Brilliant, absolutely fantastic. Just shows about being mobile and patient, and that's what winter fishing's all about, especially for these sorts of fish. Well, that's been the hardest session of the winter so far, but it just shows that by being mobile and being a little bit more patient, you can find pockets of fish and still catch. If you'd like to see me fishing this lake for silverfish, which is what the focus of my previous visit here was, then the video for that is actually on screen now for you. So thanks for joining me on this session, and I really look forward to seeing you next time.